said, let's dive on into it. In the top right-hand corner, we are going to begin with the red Protoss player. This is going to be from Mystery Gaming, Nanami.
And spawning over on the other side as our blue Protoss, it is Firefly. Have you ever seen the show Firefly?
No. Is that the one that got cancelled after like one season or something?
Yeah. And then they made a movie, which that movie was okay as well, but it's the one that like fans were so heretic about. Like,
yeah,
they absolutely loved it. And then I ended up watching it just out of curiosity. Nice show, but I did not understand the. It was kind of like a kind of a fun, quirky, Star Trek-y kind of thing. Like, it was good, but it was. I thought, like, genuinely, like, I was going to watch the most groundbreaking thing, and it was just fun. But, yeah, I won't say I was disappointed, because I wasn't. I did enjoy it, but you know what I mean? It was one of those. But I wonder if Firefly is a fan of that, or he just likes the bug.
He just likes the bug. Which would be funny, because he doesn't play the bug race, does he? So, yeah.
No.
Maybe he likes the symbolism of being a Firefly, you know, like a light in the darkness, something like that.
I mean, maybe. You're getting very real.
Maybe we're reading way too much into it.
Yeah, maybe it's about the fact that he thought Fireflies had lasers, and then he plays the laser race, you know?
Oh, I'm so glad we're starting off silly today, man. Like, you know, yesterday we took about, half the day to get there. Today we're just like, let's just start with all the ridiculous things.
Yeah, I mean, like, luckily, I think I'm casting Coffer later as well. So I'm looking forward to that. It was funny meeting Kevin, because like, we met him at an event shortly after, and he was like, "Why do you keep saying Coffer?" And I'm like, Pokemon. He's like, "Oh yeah, Coffer."
Yeah, I was in Sweden, right? He was like, "I don't get it, guys. You just keep going Coffer."
Yeah, I'm like, mate, such a cool name when you think about it. He's like, "You idiot."
I haven't actually casted coffee since then either, so like, I forgot that we're gonna be all about Coffer.
Oh, yeah, it's fresh.
What a day
fresh in your mind now, Waddy.
Yeah, so ready. As Nanami is so ready as well, going to drop down that robo facility. So we are going to see him just going straight into some aggression. I feel like when we casted Asia PvP yesterday, this is exactly what worked out against Firefly. Yashi twice in a row, 3-gate robo. Got the job done against Firefly.
It's also fun. So they both just lost an Adept in the middle of the map. Firefly seems like he's getting the better deal between this Adept fight here, especially given that he got the second one as well over there. But Firefly is very much about getting 4 Adepts. I think he did it in at least one or maybe both of his PvPs yesterday. But yeah, you're totally right about the 3-gate stuff. He definitely can fall to that kind of thing. Yeah,
no, he had some issues against it yesterday, and again, he's just doing the same thing today, expanding quickly off of these Adepts, and we'll see how much power Nanami can throw at him, see if it's going to be enough to overthrow Firefly in these early stages or not. As a few Adepts continue to gather together, Robo Facility coming up from Firefly. And he's going to get a Nexus as well, of course, we mentioned that, but the Robo is a big deal, because initially he was starting to go to Twilight, but now he's realizing what's going on. The Robo should give him a better road to defense.
Yeah, it's nice having these Adepts on the map, because he can actually see what's going on. He's like, you haven't got an expo going on yet? Okay, something's happening here. And I mean, he has to kind of worry about many possibilities. Oracle in your main base, so he's kind of got that ticked off here. Now he's going to actually get a bit of a confirmation scout just to see how many units and what kind of units are coming out across the map. And he's gonna scout the natural again, but at this point, we know what's coming. He knows what's coming. And now it's just about how well he can execute this defense. He is pretty well secured, and I believe, did he move over? Yeah, those stalkers in his main base no longer there, so he's absolutely focused on the front.
Has a few sundries as well, which force fields can make a big difference in these fights. Just kind of, saying, oh, let's fight here or let's fight there, guaranteeing an engagement in. Can be very cute as we do use the Adept block. We've seen that a lot the last day or so as we do hit the Prism just a little there, and these two Adepts get stuck. Not really convinced that last force field was necessary to trap that Adept in. I don't know where he thought it was going to go afterwards anyway. Maybe just close enough to the Prism to get lifted off, but good start. The Immortal is on the way out as well, and while you do not have the Prism micro that your opponent has, an Immortal is still going to go a long way to helping out as the Prism very nearly goes down.
It really did nearly go down, and I mean, this Warp Prism is providing a lot of micro potential, but it's so far forward, and Firefly noticed it. And now they're on pretty much similar armies, except Firefly's micro. He's getting the pounce. He doesn't have the pressure. He's got the expo behind it as well. Nanami is sent home packing.
Sent home packing. Yeah, he's even an adept in the center, shading through to grab a extra kill there as well. Yeah, this is absolutely fantastic here for Firefly, because, like you say, he's got the expansion. He is not under any pressure, and he'll have an Immortal left over after this as well. He's going to have a second one on the way up. There is no competition when it comes to the second wave of attack from Nanami. I don't think anything's going to happen, actually. I don't think he'll be able to find any sort of way to get damage done now.
No, I think you're absolutely right. And, you know, Firefly, he's very comfortable. He's probably thinking, okay, I'm so far ahead. What's the worst thing that could happen to me? And it's going to be like some unit sneaking into his base, so he gets back home. I think with this Adept on the map that he has, it gives him a bit of confirmation as to what's going on, and he really wants to know what's going on, because right now this game feels so damn comfortable for him. And Nanami, he's going to give it another shot. He's going for a Nexus now. He's going for the Robo Bay, which usually means like you go for some Dream Disruptor shots. So I feel like Nanami knows he's incredibly far behind. Maybe he's going to go for like a split him in the natural while he does damage in the main. You know, you can get a nice force field on the ramp here quite easily.
Yeah, something like that almost feels necessary, because at this point, but even if you do, you've got the Prism as Firefly, who's going to fly forwards. Firefly. I mean, it wasn't a genius move, but it was still a move that's okay for him, as he loses 3 pros, but he's dealing with this, obviously, and yeah, that Swarpin has to cancel as well. Yeah, but Twilight cancels up, we can start moving to Blinkers Firefly. Nanami ain't even going to let it get there. GG is called, and Firefly opens the day with a 1-0 lead.
I respect the fairly early GG there. Like, he was saying, like, all right, I'm going to get into it, right? Get the Nexus, the Robobay and stuff. But then upon seeing like just how far ahead his opponent is, that shows me that Nami knows that Firefly is a good player. Like he's not going to catch him mega off guard to the point he's going to take out like 10 Stalkers in one disrupt shot. No way in hell. And he's just like, you know what? Bad start. Didn't go that well for me. Let's move on to the next. Clean slate up.
Yep. That's kind of what I expected out of Firefly. You know what? Like, to me, he's one of the favorites to make it his way through. Yeah, she obviously did look good yesterday in the PvP, but I think in general, I think Firefly should come in as a favorite. He should come in as like the player who I expect to make playoffs. Nanami is a shock for me to see here, and I think we kind of saw why in this first game, because there was just a little bit more power on the side of there was just a little bit more power there on the side of Firefly, and he just had a bit of better micro. He had a bit of a better moment when he was like, this is where I dive. This is where I make my move. So, yeah, cool start from Firefly, gets himself the first game. And again, winner of this is in the playoffs. It's kind of a surprising match to kind of make playoffs with, but again, that's because Nanami found that upset. 2-1 T-Bull and 2-1 Coffee so far. Lost out a Haas early in the tournament as we ready up for game number 2.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic for him to be here, and whoever loses this still has a chance, because there'll be 2-2 in the group. And I mean, Nanami, if he loses this, he's taken out Coffee. So the potential of Coffee getting up to 2-2 again, it's kind of nice that he's not on the drawing board, because you can't play the same player twice with this system. So, yeah, you know, both these players not out, but the chances to go forward, yeah, they're both, as far as I know, young guns looking to make it. And yeah, the second map between them will be Hecate or Hecate. Okay, how do you say this one, Wardy?
I say Hecate. Hecate.
Hecate?
Yeah.
Like a name like Hegatha?
I guess. Yeah, I guess so. Hecate with the different sound letters. Hecate. It's a Greek.
Mate, when did we go? I mean, it is, but Hecate. I'm not even going to get into it. I come from a time where you had maps like Steps of War, Blistering Sands, you know. And I'm talking long time ago. I mean, we did have some weird ones as well, Metalopolis, but now I have no idea how to say any. Alki 1?
You know what? It's kind of funny, because apparently she has power over the heaven, earth, and sea. And yet not space, so what's she doing in StarCraft? You know? That's what I'm going to say. You know what, Ben? If that's the case, you say her name however you want.
Thank you, Wardy. Thank you very much. Spawning over in the bottom left-hand side of Hecate, it is Nanami.
And we have ourselves in the upper right-hand side, the blue Protoss player up 1-0. It is Firefly.
So far, in every PvP we've seen so far, it's been like double gate at the top of the ramp. Like, nobody's been trying any of the low gate shenanigans, which I think is cool. It feels like PvP has gone full circle almost. Like, I remember a long time ago, people started trying to get away from 2 gate at the top of the ramp and like weird things like Nexus first and but it's kind of nice to see that we've got here where people feel so comfortable, and there's still a lot of variation in that. What units do you pop out? How do you trick your opponents? Sometimes they'll make like a double zealot to utilize the gas and then cancel them, get like 2 adepts out so they get fast Stargate, that kind of stuff,
Yeah.
And this, it looks like Nanami is about the cheekiness here.
Yeah, we actually saw yesterday in Austin versus Art. Art just took this base, and Austin really didn't, really pick up on it soon enough, so we'll see. I mean, it's obviously going to absolutely just be a proxy as well, but we'll see what it is that Nanami wants to do. Firefly's going to drop the Robo, so it would be really bad for Nanami if he was just to be like, oh, you know what I want to do? I'm going to try and hide an expansion, because he will probably die to the 3-gate Robo of Firefly. Yeah, I'm not loving this. So we'll see what he does. He's still patrolling away. He's had the money to build a tech structure, so absolutely looks like he's going to expand. He just spent some of his gas. I think he just queued up more stalkers. Yeah. This does not bode well. Firefly got 3-gate Robo like 3 games in a row now in this tournament. And now he's like, you know what? If everyone's doing it, I'm gonna do it too. I can't beat him, even though I just did beat one. I'm gonna join him.
Yeah, Firefly is definitely a big fan of getting the 2 adepts out first, and I do like that. It's nice to be able to scout, and if you use them correctly, it's very hard to pick them off. And let's have a look. So the Warp Prism for him, he wants to be the aggressor this time. Nanami, though, so that proxy pylon that he had over there in the north wasn't for any sort of tech. It was for a Nexus. Now, obviously, he didn't need the pylon, but having the pylon safely over there, now he can warp in faster, I do believe. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, I don't really like how he did it, if I'm going to be honest, as Firefly gets away with these adepts. Because, well, he had the money to build a Twilight sooner, and then he finally was like, okay, actually, I'm going to put down Twilight, then I'm going to expand. So, like, almost like he saved up for the expand, then he put the Twilight down, when he could have built that earlier, and then he built the expand. It's just like, there was almost like a bit of indecision which order he wanted to go. Definitely didn't feel clean. Yeah, I could understand if he then immediately started Blink and then he's closer to Blink because he's obviously able to, wanting to be able to use Blink to kind of help him defend, but it doesn't really feel like that's the situation here. There's only 2 gates with this Robo for Firefly, so he's not even like looking to be overpowering with this. He will start an Immortal now, so maybe there still is something to it as he dives in. He obviously sees that it's 1 base from his opponent, or thinks that it's 1 base right now, so hopefully Firefly doesn't get overly defensive, otherwise this could go very wrong. He does get good damage with these initial adepts, even leaves them there to get a couple more kills.
Wow, I mean, that's actually insane damage, and it went so well that he's like, you know what, let's warp him more, and Nanami has to use a recall to get his units back home to deal with the Prism, which is not what he wanted to do, right? Like, he's got that kind of mixed gold hybrid base over there that I'm pretty sure he would have loved to have recalled to that, which now he doesn't have the option. Now it's just a base that's very far away and got to slowly produce itself.
Firefly's going to see it as well. This Hallucinated Phoenix has rallied right over it, so he's about to know. Honestly, I wouldn't even go to it, because right now there's 1 probe mining there. I don't think he needs to go over there and deny it or anything. I think he can just push at the front. The only thing is, this is going to be kind of like a walling that you have to go through, but that's now 3 gateways that are exposed to be hit from the low ground, and Nanami's about to blink out onto the map in the wrong direction as Firefly comes straight through the middle.
I think this is doom for Nanami over here. I mean, having those 3 gateways, that 1 pylon, I mean, a nice juicy Artosis pylon powering up all your production, and 2 Immortals right here that are specialists at taking down everything that he has. Yeah, this is not good, and he even has an Adept over by the other base just in case there's a lot of mining. Firefly's looking good this game, and we're seeing why he is such a solid player in this region, in this series. He's looked superior, hasn't he? He's going to try and bust up this ramp. He's doing a good job of ferrying between this force field. A really, really nice play out of him.
I feel like Nanami should have tried to get the Prism with those Stalkers on the other side, and then maybe could have grabbed it while it was sieged up, but yeah, with the Prism still around, we're going to lose all the gateways. Once the gateways are down, he's going to have no further production, and I'd say usually like Blink at least has some efficiency to it, but I'll be honest, his Blinks haven't been good enough so far, right? Like, he's losing a couple of Stalkers that could have blinked back, that haven't blinked back, and yeah, right now you can just see too much power. Firefly